Now the crankshaft is in and all tightened up to the right torque settings. We can now focus on the camshaft here. So again, I'm going to go and clean it. It's a brand new camshaft. I'm going to clean it and then we can lube it up and slot it in. So got my assembly lube here. This needs to go on pretty much every journal there is. Just put a little bit on. Now, and use the glove. String on the glove to take this around everywhere. Cover all the lobes, cover the gear here. I think I need a little bit more on that gear. It's the gear that interacts with the distributor. This is a messy job, this one. Put a bit more on this gear. I'll put some inside here as well. Some in. Clean this up in a minute. Okay, I'm going to carefully just go around that one more time. Carefully slot this in. There we go. Clean up. I'm sure with a lot of experience you can do a better job than that in terms of the lube going everywhere, but yeah, for now I'm still learning on the job, so to speak, so we're taking it one step at a time, trying to get everything where it needs to be. Next here we have our wood rough key, so I want to turn the crank so it's facing there, and so we can put our wood rough key in. I was hoping that would just slot in quite nicely, but really hasn't. Got a tiny little hammer, there we go. Just a little light pressure there. And that seems to have gone in. So we now need our gear to go on here. We have a new gear and chain set. It comes in a pack like this. We've taken this gear out. This is the smaller one, which goes on this side. It's got a cut in here, which goes in the goes with the wood rough key. So you need to make sure that it slides over. There we go. Nice. Slotted in nicely. Just move. There we go. marks on there. Okay, so this goes on this way, but it should only fit in a particular order, so we need to work out what that order is. The holes only align once. Oh, that's close. Why is that not quite right? There it is. Okay, so the holes are aligned there, but should be we'll rotate this slightly. Should be a mark on here somewhere, and I'm looking for it. Have I slotted this on the right way? Probably not. Oh, that was a lucky catch. Okay, no, there is a right way of putting this on. There's a dot knocked into this here, so that wants to be on the outside. So let's turn it round again, so we can see our wood rough key, and we're slotting it on this way. Make sure that's the right way this time. Yep. There we go. So that's on this time, and let's try and get this right again. Okay, so that wants to be there, and then we need to line up these marks. So there's one, and then we need to turn our camshaft. Why is that not? I'll put a screw in there to help me just turn it. Okay, that in there just helps us turn it round, so we want to be there with the two dots facing each other. We can take this back off and we can get our chain. Two chain sets you can get for the 500s. One is a standard one is an anti-vibration one. I've got the anti-vibration one here. You can tell the difference. It's got these little teeth on them here, and they face outwards. So we can get our gear. Let's make sure I've got it the right way. I can hang that over, and it actually wants to be, the dot wants to be there, or roughly there. So see if we can get this in. Let's pull this away slightly, I think, to help it on. Quite right. Just realised need to start again. Chains on back to front. After I just said that needs to be on the outside, I then failed miserably to get it on the outside. Right. Sorry, just realised I wasn't recording for the entire time there while I was struggling with that. We now have our two dots lined up, our holes lined up, our cogs back on as far as they go, chain the right way round. So yeah, hopefully now we can do these up. So to do that, sorry, just knocked the camera very slightly there. To do that, we have 2 new plates, so I think they're like that. Just make sure these line up as well, and like that, and then we can peen or tab the ends of these in. So we're going to put bolts in here. This one goes on, and then this one goes on, hopefully. So we've got our torque wrench set to 10 Newton meters, or around 7 foot-pounds, and we're just going to do these up. Try and stop this from moving. Okay, we'll just give it a couple of turns, just make sure the dots still still line up. Let's come round now. Yeah, looks good. Do it again. And still good. Okay. So now he's taking some standard engine oil. I'm just going to make sure the chain's nice and lubricated. Let that run through. Just turn it over a couple of times. Getting a few drips, but that's okay. So make sure we get a nice clean surface for the gasket. Oh, takes a lot of elbow grease, a lot of kind of pressure to get it come out, but don't want too much pressure because you don't want to overdo it. Okay, put that down for a second and we'll get our gasket. Let's get these bottom ones on first because they seem to be a bit problematic. Honestly, don't know what was wrong with that other gasket. It just seemed to be very ill-fitting. Here we go. Right. Seems to be now good, and now we can try and get this on nicely. It slides on nice, doesn't it? That'll be why. That needs to turn and go in there, doesn't it? The oil pump needs to be facing the right way in order to fit it. So, need to rotate this until it slots in. Alright, let's get the nuts on here and tighten it up. So these are all new nuts and washers. Just gonna lightly tighten these first. Torque wrench set to 10 Newton meters again. There we go, that's one. I'm going to do them across from each other again. So we're going to go from side to side. Okay. And then we'll do these big ones up, which should be 17s, I believe. Okay, that's on. Next we should be able to put on, we need to find the wood rough key again, so I need to turn it around so we can see it. I think we're going backwards here, yeah we are. So you might not be able to see it very easily, but my wood rough key is at the top position, and on here got a slot for our wood rough key again, so we should be able to try and locate that, and there we go, and that goes on. And then another captive nut, it should go on here. Okay, So what I'm going to do now is get air gun and tighten this up, because normally you'd have a flywheel on and you can lock it against the flywheel, but that can be quite difficult. I can't get the flywheel on this at the moment because it's on the engine stand, but I do want this up tight, so I'm going to get my gun and air gun and tighten that up. There we go. So that's nice and tight now. Get rid of small bits of swarf from that plate.